Hey, I see you're bored looking at us every single week, every single Thursday, but you have yet to subscribe. Why? We're gonna keep doing this every week, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Awkward Thinking page and follow us at Awkward Thinking. Share our stuff, man. Share our stuff. Hear it before the buzz.
Welcome back to the Awkward Thinking podcast. I'm Nas, aka Stacks.
I'm Vince.
And we are the Awkward Thinkers. Woo!
Let's get it.
We have a very special guest kicking it with us today. We have our lovely friend Lex. Hey, what's up to the people?
Hi.
What you got going on, man? Tell the people who you are and what you got going on, actually.
Okay, so my name is Lex. I am a student. I'm 21, and I'm from Cleveland.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Nice Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland.
Hey.
Shit's ass.
Where you from?
Right.
Philadelphia.
Right.
That's
You
really
said that like that shit was hot or
got
something.
TikTok on fire right now.
Philly got
TikTok on fire, and Philly
Cleveland,
got Bel Air
Cleveland trending on TikTok right now.
for the Ohio shit.
No, not for the Ohio
location.
shit.
Ooh,
No, not
we
for
changing
that.
the world with shaking hips, nigga.
You know, the older you get, you're starting to look like a Philly nigga.
Yeah, see, and that's probably a compliment in her eyes. You know.
She said it wasn't.
Oh,
Vince, why you
fuck
just
her.
air me out like that?
Cause he be needing to be humble sometimes.
So
It made me feel good to tear another black man down.
Okay.
we got our special guest today, so we're gonna take her to court, and we're gonna see what kind of pet peeves has been like getting you. So what's been your pet peeves? Let's take them
Oh,
to court.
Lord. Okay.
Welcome to Pet Peeve Court, where we talk about our fucking pet peeves. Special guest Lex, it's your time.
All right, so one of my biggest pet peeves, like that has really been bothering me lately is, so like I'm about to be a senior and everyone coming up to me, you know, saying, oh, what are you gonna do when you graduate? Like, and I understand it's a genuine question, there's no harm, and I get that. I've been a senior before, but it's just like, please stop asking me that, because I feel like anyone who's ever been in school, you know how irritating that question is. Like, please stop asking me that because I don't know. And like, that's okay. But when I tell them, I know it's okay to not know, but when I tell them I don't know, I just feel really uncomfortable and like unprepared. And I just don't like that. Another pet peeve of mine is traffic. On my way here, there was somebody who stuck me, like, it was a 2-lane street. It was a semi-truck in front of me, one car on the side, one car behind me, like, just not trying to let me move. And like, you know, I get it. I didn't have to, what's it called, tailgate them. I get that. But like, you also could have moved for me, because I was obviously trying to get over, and so you could have just moved. And I just don't like traffic. It frustrates me. It makes my head hurt. It makes me angry.
Okay. What about you? What's been your pet peeves for this week, Vince?
I hate a motherfucker who don't know how to apologize and apologize like properly.
Hello.
Like, motherfuckers would think, like, okay, you ain't seen each other in a year. Like, that mean whatever happened is squashed. And don't get me wrong, you ain't holding on to shit. But, yeah, we gonna have to address that. You can't just move past that. You can't just... Time is not an apology, nigga. You can't, like, move past that.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
please let me speak on that, please.
Do your thing.
Go ahead.
Man, like, it's like how you just said, there's a way to apologize. There is a way to apologize. Like, it hurts my feelings when people don't know how to properly apologize. Like, if I did something to you, the apology isn't, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I didn't mean to make you feel that way, so you shouldn't be upset. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, I think the proper way to apologize is, I'm sorry if my words had that effect on you, if I made you feel some type of way. That wasn't my intent, but I hope that we can move past this. Like, I'm genuinely sorry. I feel like that's a proper way to apologize, because I feel like you validated my feelings. You've let me know that your intent wasn't to hurt me. Now, if your intent was to hurt me, that was a different type of thing. But like, people don't know how to apologize, and people also don't know how to take responsibility, and they have too much pride. Like, it's okay to be wrong. You know,
It'd be like an awkwardness, and that's why people don't want to apologize. Because I realized like that with kids, and like kids don't want to apologize because they feel weird apologizing, but it's only because you ain't been taught to apologize, and you ain't been taught. Like, working with kids, I be telling them like, it's okay to apologize, bro. It is nothing wrong with it. Like, that weird feeling is only because of you feel like I'm vulnerable by apologizing, instead of you just being like, yeah, what I did was wrong. I fucked up. I'm sorry for that. And just move past it.
No, go ahead. If you genuinely care about if you really genuinely care about somebody and you're apologizing because you don't want them to think that you've hurt them or intentionally hurt them, then you should be okay with being vulnerable because it's obviously somebody that you care about. Now, if this is somebody that you don't care about, then it's a different story.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got to keep the same energy and still be like, because let's say you don't care about the person, but at least this wasn't my intent.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have did this. And even when a person fuck you over, you can be like, you did this to me and I did that back, but I realized I was wrong for doing that. I didn't appreciate what you did either though. And in the future, like, we need to move past it. And people got to also realize, like, just because you apologize doesn't mean you owe the apology. Like, people don't got to forgive you. And when you apologize, you're not apologizing for forgiveness. The whole intent behind the apology is to correct what you did, or at least show that you're sincere and like, I'm sorry for what I did. It's not so that person can forgive you or absolve you of what you did.
And I also think it's important for people to understand being on the other side of that and being sometimes, like, I find that when I genuinely express my feelings to people and not in a, like, it's accusatory a word.
I think so.
Not in like,
we apply with it.
Yeah, like not in like an accusatory way and not like I'm mad at you, but I'm just telling you, like, this is how the situation made me feel, and whether you're sorry or not, I just need to let you know this is how I feel. So like this is my energy that you're about to get from me. And it just seems that people will like be upset at you for saying that, and it's just like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. If you think you're right, but I'm telling you this is how your actions made me feel. And that's okay. Like, people have to be okay with not being so prideful. You know what I mean?
Because you can be right and wrong. Wasn't I just explaining that to you last night?
No, you
but maybe I used it the wrong way, but it's kind of like that meme where it's like, there's a person standing here and there's a person standing right here, and in the middle of them it's a 6. But depending on how you look at it, it's a 9, and depending on how you look at it, it do look like a 6. And they're both right, but they're both wrong at the same time. And all you got to do is like
change your perspective.
Yeah, and not even just change your perspective, but just like understand that, okay, you can feel, you're entitled to how you feel, and I can allow you to have that without that taking over how I feel.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Everybody is entitled to their own feelings. Period.
Oh, that's cute. I'm glad you guys had that little.
What's your pet peeve?
My pet peeve lately has been like, this might be really girly of me, like, to say, but like, I really hate when like a motherfucker is like, I'm texting you and a motherfucker is like on social media and then they'll hit you with the, I haven't seen your text. I don't like that shit. That's been a real pet peeve of mine, because it's like, I see you, it says 2 minutes ago. So obviously you have your phone in your fucking hand. That goes just for friends or whoever I'm dealing with. Like, I'm calling you for a fucking reason. Yeah. That's it. That's been my pet peeve lately.
And like sometimes, especially when it's people that like I wouldn't, like Vince, you my homeboy, but we don't talk on the phone. So if I'm calling you, like, pick up. Like, it's probably for a reason. You know, not like that. Like, really gets under my skin.
If I get a random call from somebody like I don't normally talk to, I'll answer. But if I'm that nigga who'll be on social media and get a text and swipe back up, because I don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
I do feel like being on social media right now, but I don't feel like engaging in what you want to talk about right now.
Especially if it's about something like,
I could be fucking dying. Literally, I could.
If you are dying,
I call. What if somebody was like, "All right, I'm calling you. You got to call Vince, and he got to pick up for you to live. If you don't answer, I'm fucking dead.
Nigga,
just because you wanted to fucking slide up and be on social media."
More than likely, I'll answer. But if I'm on social media and we were already texting and I stop responding and you see me on social media, it's because I'm done with the conversation right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And not even in a harsh way, but just shit. You burn out the conversation. Sometimes there's nothing left to say and you are still talking. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing about it though, I love people who pick up every time I call. Like, even if we don't talk often, if you pick up every time I call, like, I fucks with you heavy. Because, like, every time I call you, pick up. Like, every time I call you, pick up. Like, I don't, even if I don't want nothing. He lying back.
She's lying.
Every time. Every time I call.
That's what's up though.
So we have this thing called Explain This. It's basically something that you explain to a child if you do have a child or children that they want to know. So today's Explain This will be, how do you explain that there's bad people in the world to a child?
Like that. That's a good question.
I think that I can get kind of deep.
Go ahead.
But like, it's important to teach children that not everyone has the same values as you. So, trying to think of where I want to go with this, but like,
she's getting emotional. If y'all are listening or
she's
tuning
holding
in.
back the tears.
it's not even that. But I'm just thinking like, ooh, like I don't know, like not everybody has the same values as you, and so like. There are bad people. No, there's people that are gonna do things in this world that you may not necessarily agree with, like, like I'm trying to think of something. Like now I'm nervous. Like when people do bad things, like I don't know, I'm thinking Hitler, and then at first I was gonna try to like rationalize it, but there was no way to rationalize that at all. But like, not to say that was not right. That was not right whatsoever. But they did have a reason. Right?
Okay.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
No. Listen.
But didn't they have a reason?
They all right. And it's this the apology, which I was saying. It's the sixth perspective. How they probably viewed it as it might have been right for them to do that.
Right.
But to a large amount of the majority of people thought it was bad to do such things.
Yeah.
So, and they had a reason in their own right, yes. But, yeah.
They found something that justified what they were doing.
Exactly.
To them. To them.
But go ahead, continue.
Like, like slavery wasn't cool, but like economically, there was a reason. Wait. Hold on. This is not sounding like how it sounds in my head.
Let's stick to robbers. Let's say robbers.
Oh my God.
But like,
she said economically is the reason.
but it was like they needed somebody.
The funds were low and the debts were high.
Like,
So
and that was their first time doing life. They didn't know. Okay. But anyway, yeah, robbers. Like, that's not cool. But some people, they needed to. Like, sometimes, like, there's some people, like, let's use Set It Off, for example. They needed that money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a reason they robbed. They could have went about it different, but they don't value the same type of things. They didn't value their future. They didn't value the repercussions of their actions and how it could affect their life later on. You know what I mean? They just knew they needed that money right then and there. Now, I haven't seen Set It Off in a real long time, so I might have the storyline a little wrong, but it's something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, so they felt like that's what they needed to do. Like, it was rationalized for them. Maybe not the rest of the world or the bank, but
shit, the niggas watching that we got it. We understood.
Yeah,
I need that money.
If you ever been in that type of situation, it by any means necessary. Like that must have been what I'm sure robbing a bank wasn't their first choice.
Her kid needed like a surgery.
Like, come on.
He had drunk them chemicals and shit.
What's that movie? I want to say it's with Denzel Washington.
It is.
Where he played baseball.
Yeah, Don Hugh. And the little kid had the heart attack and shit, weak ass heart.
And he held the hospital under hostage. Now, that wasn't cool. You should not have done that.
But everybody understood.
Okay.
The niggas
from the third person,
that money.
but from the third
even
person
the
perspective.
hostages understood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The hostages was like, yeah, like, they was like, we was in here the whole time chilling. None of us was under hostage.
Exactly.
Like, they understood.
He had good reason. Like, he was just, I feel that.
But
he was down
he wasn't
bad.
trying to hurt other people in the middle of that, though. That'd be the thing. I think that's how you can tell
what's your
who's
intent.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not out here specifically trying to hurt people. Now, Hitler, you was trying to hurt niggas.
Yeah.
Slavery, y'all was hurting niggas. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you're not hurting people within your stuff, then I don't think you necessarily a bad person.
Yeah, I think it's all about intent, because you put that perfectly. You put my thoughts into my thoughts into words. Like, it's about intent. Like, granted, he didn't want to hold that hospital under hostage. He didn't. Like, who wants to hold it? Do you know what could happen to you? You're going to go to prison. Yeah. But he had to do what he had to do for his baby. So, like, by any means necessary. Like, I was about to hit the slavery thing again, but I'm gonna let that go.
I see you're bored looking at us every single week, every single Thursday, but you have yet to subscribe. Why? We're gonna keep doing this every week, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Awkward Thinking page, and follow us at Awkward Thinking. Share our stuff, man. Share our stuff. Hear it before the buzz.
We're going to be talking about change and the changes that we go through in life.
Okay.
and you were just in. You said you were looking in the mirror this morning and you were thinking about changing.
No, I was thinking.
Oh.
Like.
All right, my bad. What was it then?
I was thinking, I saw a makeup tutorial and it was using a beauty blender versus a brush, and I was just thinking, like, I've used the beauty blender for so long, but I don't really like to. I do my makeup the same. Like, I've been doing it the same always, and like, I don't like to change. That was what I was thinking about. It wasn't as deep, but
So do you not like to change like your own patterns and stuff? Like,
honestly, that's interesting. It's so interesting that you guys bring that up, because I was thinking about this when I was doing my makeup this morning. I don't know if it's something to do with me being a Sagittarius or what it is, but I don't. Gang. I don't really like. I do like change, but in some ways I don't. So like when it comes to like the way I do my hair, like if you ever, I'm sure no one has peeped, but like I always got the same hairstyle. Like, so I did the side part because I wanted something different.
Okay.
But truly, I do a middle part and a ponytail. Them is the hairstyles I like because it's just what I like. And
Is
I
that all
don't,
you?
huh?
Is that all you?
Come on, be funny.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I really thought it was all you.
Book my girl Tania Renee. Yeah, no, this not on me. This is a quick weave.
Oh, okay.
This
That's
is a quick
what's up.
weave. But I do have leave
did her
out.
shit.
She snapped. She snapped, didn't she?
She did.
But so like when it comes to like my hair and my makeup, I like to do things the same way. But when it comes to my environment, I do like to or like my car. I got a new car in January and I really kind of miss my old car. But it's really just because my old car was she needed to go. But I liked it. I liked the way it handled. I liked the amenities, the bells and whistles of it. And now that my new car, it may have better things or smaller things that it doesn't have, but it was just kind of an adjustment. And sometimes I do catch myself like missing Christine. Like that was my home girl.
Christine?
Yeah.
That is such
Ain't that the name of the killer car?
Well, my middle name is Christina, so my car's
okay.
name was Christine, and
Look
my
at
new
you.
car, her name is Giselle. She's named after Beyonce.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
But I was just gonna say, like, my environment. Like, I've been in school for 4 years now. Well, 3. I'm going on my 4th year, and like, I'm really just kind of at the point where I feel like I've really outgrown my environment. Like, I love my school. I love my school. I love the people I'm around. I love like everything that I do. If you know, you know. But like. Really, like I just feel like there's something bigger for me. I feel like I can't grow the way I need to grow there right now. Like I just feel like there's something, like I feel like I'm in a box. And so I just find myself like that a lot. Like towards the end of the school year, I'm always like, I'm ready to go the fuck home. Or like towards the end of the summer, I'm like, I'm ready to go back to school. Because it's just like I hate being stagnant. I hate being in one place for so long. I hate looking at the same walls all day long. Like that's what I love about school, because you get a new house every couple months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, like when it comes to my environment, I need change. I can't stay in the same place for long.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So, like, what is your biggest fear when it comes to change, like life changing?
Not being great.
Not being great.
Not being great. Like, I think that I have been blessed to have a life where I was nurtured to be great. You know what I mean? Like from the beginning, like it was always like school or like my parents getting me involved in things and teaching me how to do things, helping me gain life skills. And like my mom always says, like, what's she say? Like, I'm gonna be mad if you turn out to not be shit. Like that's
my
gonna
mom
suck.
would say some shit.
Yeah, like that's gonna suck. If I end up being 30 and I'm not shit, like I don't do shit with my life, that's going to suck. Like, because I've worked so hard to have a good life, you know? So I really do fear that sometimes, like especially right now in my life, because I'm at the point where, like, I'm sure you guys can relate, like, it's go time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't got time to just, it's not, I can switch my major, I can change what I want to do. It doesn't really matter. Like, granted, I do have time, but I really don't have time. Like, I got to figure out what I'm about to do. Like, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do when I graduate, you know?
It's go time.
Yeah. And that's scary.
And I think that's the, like, scary thing about change, because, like, you never know what's coming after. Like, you get used to, and you fall into a pattern of what you know, and you know, of course, that's familiar and it's comfortable, but change brings in something new, and it's like, I gotta get used to that. I gotta like get familiarized with it again and shit, and that should be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of my biggest fears too. Like, you know, like when a lot of people is like, I need to change, I need to grow. But it's like, my fear is like, what if I have to go through a drug addiction to get the change? Like, no, real shit. No,
That's
like,
real.
What if I have to go through like being homeless for a couple years to get the change that I want to see, or become the man that I want to be?
You don't know
like,
what's about to come.
You don't know what's that next direction of the change that you're asking. Like, a lot of people, like, you really got to be specific. I'm a firm believer in God. You really got to be specific in your prayers. It's like a genie. Like a genie will give you the broad thing. You got to ask specifically what you want, because it's like, all right, I want to be successful, but I don't want this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest fear when it comes to like changing shit, because I don't want to be no crackhead.
That's fact though. You don't know what's about to come. Yeah. Like when you woke up this morning, you don't know what this day is about to bring.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
True.
Like think about people who unknowingly went to jail.
Yeah.
Like remember on I'm just bringing this up, but like Orange Is the New Black, she forgot all about that, and they talking about they about to arrest her. Like she woke up that morning, had no idea that was about to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's, or like a sinkhole. You wake up, you don't know that your whole life is about to change right now. And I think that's one of the scariest things about change and just life itself. Like, you never know what's coming. And, like, that's wild. Like, you don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. That's so scary.
I think, because I think sometimes people be trying to force themselves to go through a change to get to that next level. And I think, it's okay to change up like your lifestyle and the way you live and shit, but I don't think it's like healthy to force yourself to go through so many changes within so much time.
Yeah.
Because it's like you gotta kind of adjust first. You gotta get to know each part of you, and every time you try to change that up and switch that up and become somebody new, it's like that's just another personality you adding or another thing I feel like you hiding from. I be from like a lot of stuff when we change, or not when we change. I feel like because certain changes is definitely necessary. Like the way I used to look at shit when I was younger, and the way I used to look at, and the way compared to how I look at it now as an adult is completely different. Like as a kid, I used to be like, you know, how can you be in these certain situations as an adult? Oh, when I'm an adult, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like that. And then it's like you get into it and you don't know until you actually, and you know, you in adulthood now, and now you living through it and you navigating through it. So it's like my perspective back then as a kid versus now is completely different. Like I don't know if that's just, well, not, I'm pretty sure it's the same for y'all, but like what kind of, you know, not experiences, but what was like some shit you was firm on as a kid, and like now you like, yeah, I done changed my views on that.
I know for me personally, I wanted to be like a food critic. I just like to eat, but that was just,
think you like judging people food.
Yeah, that too, and like I love doing that shit. But yeah, I just used to eat, but that was like people projected that on me, like you should be a food critic, you should do this, you should do that. That was like what the people wanted, not what I wanted necessarily. Because early on, like when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to do acting, and like I knew for certain I wanted to be in media, like all my life, but I didn't know like how the fuck it was gonna, you know, happen. Yeah,
I think growing up for me, I've had a big reality check on life and how things work. Like I was just on the phone with my mom on my way here, and she was just telling me, like, I think I'm really nice. Like I think I'm very sweet, very
good
nice.
That you think that about yourself.
I think I am.
Okay.
And I've had a big reality check that life isn't like that. And like other people aren't like that, and they have no obligation to be like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be just gung ho, hi, nice, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that I am, and sometimes I feel forced to be that way, just to, you know, make people think that I'm nice or I'm in a good mood or I'm positive or optimistic, whatever it is. And other people don't have to be like that. No one is obligated to be nice to you, and that's been like a really, really difficult reality check for me, because I feel like everybody should be nice, or like you shouldn't take your bad day out on anybody else, but that's not how life works.
Why do you feel like everybody should be nice?
Because why would you want to be mean?
What if that's their way of being nice?
That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? I'm so serious. Like if somebody's being mean to you, that means sometimes they might be showing love. That's probably how they show love.
I feel like that depends on a relationship. You got to establish a relationship first, so I know that, hey, because off that, if you're mean to me, I'm not gonna want to fuck with you at all. So
Yeah,
it's
what if you
I'm talking
take
about
that
this lady
mean?
at work.
What if you take that mean shit and just turn it around and think that they're like, it's perspective. That is perspective.
No.
Being nice is perspective.
Listen, remember, you're gonna have to, when we first meet, you're gonna have to deal with me like I'm a whole new person you've never met before. So you need to come off nice and then show, okay, this is how I play and this is how I show love and affection. But them first couple times, I'm gonna need you to come properly so I know you're not a fucked up person. That's it.
And I don't like the concept of showing love by being mean. Like, it's cool, like for you, Nas. Like, I know you're very sarcastic. Like, you're kind of just an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, that's you, though, and it's lovable. Like, I'm not mad at that. Like, and I understand that because I know you. But, like, people that I half know, like, if you come up to me half known, you be like, you look like a chili pepper. Like, I would be like, bitch, who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just be offended. You know,
What the fuck is?
you know that TikTok with Young Miami where she like, that hoe was ugly. She looked like a chili pepper with legs. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what video I'm talking about?
No, not
yes,
a
you
chili
do.
pepper with
Yes, y'all
legs.
do.
Nah.
Y'all do know what video
That's
I'm
funny
talking
as
about.
fuck though.
So do you appreciate the change that you already got going on? Like all the change that's already happened within you. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think I'm maturing a lot.
Maturing.
I think I'm maturing a lot, and I think that one of the reasons that I don't want to go home when I graduate is because my parents have created this reality for me that isn't real. You know what I mean? Like the whole like the being nice thing, or like everything is just rainbows and unicorns. Like that's been really hard for me in life to realize. Like coming to college has really shown me that I have been very, very fortunate to have a blessed life. You know what I mean? Where like some stuff I don't have to worry about. And so when I talk to people in school who like weren't as fortunate to have those experiences, it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was just having this conversation with somebody else and I'm just like, damn, like that's crazy. Like
Niggas
you know
be
what I
arguing
mean?
with they peoples like over the fast food and shit. And that's like, you know, that's how niggas get in school and that's how you pay for school. I couldn't imagine like arguing with my mother trying to get her social from her and she not wanting to budge and give it to me so I can get in school. That's fucked up.
Right. Or like people who like their parents kicked them out at 18, like damn. Like you know what I mean? Like my parents are still my parents. Like if I need some money, I'm calling my mom right now. Like hopefully she's able to give it to me. If she has it, I have it. But like you know what I mean? Like not everybody's fortunate like that. And that has been a huge reality check for me. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. Like I still get Christmas presents.
Yeah, I think I get like one or two still. Sorry,
this is the first year I got presents for Christmas in like a very long ass time.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's good for you.
Thank you. It was. It was like it felt really good. It was like somebody thought of me. It was nice.
But I think it also kind of like I'm also like you guys have siblings, right?
No.
Yeah.
And no.
Like I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. Like
I was just gonna
both
ask that about
sides,
that.
only child. So like stuff be about me.
So how's growing up as an only child as a girl? Because I know as a boy what it is. So
Growing up as an only child as a girl, I think that my parents made it their mission to like I don't like the word spoiled because I associate spoiled like in a negative connotation. You know what I mean? Like spoiled, ungrateful, like those two words kind of like go together. For me, like I think I'm extremely grateful for what I have and how I was raised and the parents that I'm fortunate to have. But growing up as an only child, like things are great. Like things truly like I have to give my parents props. Like they're probably not gonna watch this, but I hope they watch it. Like my parents like really like it's about me. Like me and my mom have the same birthday. And my mom has never thrown herself a birthday party. Like she's never like had a dinner. Like she might do a little something. She might buy herself a necklace or get her nails done or something. But like every year for the last 22 years, for the last 21 years, it's been about me. Like when we talk about December 1st, that's about me. You know what I mean? And like just in the last couple of years she's taken the time to really start taking care of herself. And I'm really glad that she's doing that because like I just hope that one day when I get older, like I hope that I can be the parents that my parents were to me to my children. And I hope I can give my children half of what my parents gave me because like I was just really fortunate to just have a great life and I didn't realize how great it was until I came to college. Like I was talking to somebody about hospital bills. Like if I had to go to the hospital, like if something happened to me and I had to go to the hospital, like I'm calling my mama. Like if I that copay, like my mom, like I'm gonna call my mom. Like, I might have to pay it, but like 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna call my parents. And like, I'm realizing that I'm just very fortunate to have that. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That almost made me cry.
Cause that's good, especially to be able to want to give your kids the same life that you've had. Not a lot of people are able to be like, you know, I want that for my kids. So that's
like,
good.
When I look at my parents, like, and just as an adult, like, as reality sets in and I see what the world really looks like, and you know what I mean, like, you get involved in the adult conversations, you hear what's really tea, like what really happened. Like, it makes me realize my parents had to get this shit out the mud for me to just be sitting here right now. And like, that just means the world to me, that some, like, you have to really think, like, even people that don't have, you know, necessarily parents that couldn't do that for them, like, still you have to think that somebody loved you so much to bring you into this world and raise you to be a human being, to be a person of society. You know what I mean? And like, that just makes me feel just extremely grateful. Like, yeah, that's all I got to say.
So, I'm talking about the bad shit about being an only child.
You're lonely.
That you have an imagination like out this world, but only child, like, my mom's a provider. She's a single mother and shit like that. She's always made sure at least she could do it. You know what I mean? It's nothing that my mom has said she couldn't do for me. But I knew that I couldn't, like you said, I couldn't go home, and I had to really step out on my own because I couldn't call. Now, I still call my mom a lot of the times because shit be hard. I ain't gonna lie, shit be hard. But it's like in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Hillary had to go out. Like, she was too privileged. She was too, whatever the case may be. All right, you got to go out in the real world and see how you pay a bill, see how rent works, see how electric works, see how you got to get a job to pay, to really operate. And I feel like that was the part I had missing, as in I was so kind of catered to.
I was just about to say that.
It was no need for me to figure out how to do that shit. So even when I do the basic needs of things, it'd be frustrating. Like, have my mom do it. Not saying it like that, but yeah, have her do it. Like, I don't want to do this shit type shit. But I knew as growing up that life happens and it might be a time, God forbid, that things go, and I need to actually understand how to be on my own and be in the independence part of it.
But that's exactly how it is. Like, sometimes, like, that's what I was saying about not feeling like I don't want to go home, because now, like, I have this world at home that's a whole different world. Like, I feel like in a ways, like, they've, like, is debilitated the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. We're going to run with it.
Like, yeah, like, hindered my growth in a way. Like, some things I just like, I've noticed by myself, I don't think that I have the drive that some people have. You know what I mean? Like, that hustle and that drive. Like, of course I want to go be great. Of course I'm going to make it happen by any means necessary. But some people don't have no choice. You know what I mean? And that's what drives them. And so, like, I know that, like, sometimes, like, that's not the case for me, or like some, like, basic things. Like, I had a dentist appointment that I had made when I was there before I made a follow-up appointment. I forgot about it. They called me and they told me, and I told my mom, and she was like, okay, why are you telling me? And I'm like, I just told, like, you're my mom. And like, she, like, was like not understanding. Like, we kept going back and forth, like, why are you telling me? And I'm like, I just felt like you needed to know. Like, it's just stuff like that. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm afraid to go do things. Like, my mama gotta make my doctor's appointment. Like, I don't want to call. Like, I don't want to, because she's always done it for so long. You know what I mean? Or just like little stuff. Like, I have this event to go to in about a month, and I need a dress. And so today I was on the phone, and I'm like kind of trying to like throw little hints. I'm like, yeah, I still gotta order my dress. She like, yeah, you do. I'm like, I thought she was gonna say like, oh, I'll just order it for you. And like, as I get older, I'm realizing that like, she like, things are changing, and like, I feel like I've kind of been hindered in my adult life. You know what I mean?
But I think that's a good thing. If I'm gonna be hindered, that's the way I want to be hindered.
Facts.
Like, you got a life that like a lot of kids wish they could have had, and that's a good thing. So don't, like, the motivation in niggas who feel like, I got it out the mud. Yeah, them niggas is motivated, but you just gonna have to find your own motivation at that point. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So, last only child question. Do you feel like being the only child forced you to grow up a little faster, being it because you're around adults and
Absolutely.
shit like that?
Absolutely. I feel like sometimes I'm like socially awkward. And so, like, when it comes to me being around people my age, that's why I think I've naturally always gravitated towards people that are older than me, like a year or two older than me, the class above me, because, like, getting around people my age, like, I get awkward. Or, like, sometimes I think my conversation gets too mature. Like, my friends always say, like, Lex gets to talking about the meaning of life in the middle, you know what I mean? But, like, it's true. Like, sometimes, like, I'll be talking to people that are my age, and when I'm talking about the stuff that I'm saying, like, it seems like they're just not with me. You know what I mean? Then we start talking about Ari and Jada. And it's just, like, I'm just not there. But when I'm around adults, like, most adults like me. Like, I naturally gravitate towards adults. Like, a lot of the people that I like not talk to and hang out with, but like I could sit on the phone with some lady that's 10 years my senior, and we could be talking, like, because I'm just better with adults, you know.
That's funny as hell.
Okay. So we have this thing. We have this is an embarrassing segment. We have awkward confessions where we just, you know, we tell our awkward confessions, you know.
These are my confessions.
So
I was about to start singing.
what is the awkward confession that you have, Lex?
Can somebody else go first? Because I can't think off the top of my head. What's an awkward confession that I
had told him last night, I'm like, oh, this is my awkward confession. Like, I have remembered it and everything. It was something, I feel like it was something, it wasn't even something crazy.
I don't know if I want to tell this.
You might as well.
So I was a child. Emphasis on the child. Fucking TikTok. I was a fucking child, and you know, it was a lot of dance shit going on, like, you know, and it was the summertime, and we had fireworks. You know, we lit. So my homie mom, she get the fireworks and shit. This is a very awkward situation. So I'm really excited. So I said, "Hey, pop, lock, and drop it," and did the whole shit.
Oh my god, I know.
And did the dance, and she said, "Baby, that is a girl's dance. You don't do that." And they just looked at me, stared at me, bro. I've never been so embarrassed in my
How
fucking
old
life.
were you? You had to have been young.
I was young, but Pop Lock and Drop It came out. I had to be like aware,
Like 11.
like 11, 12. But yeah, that was.
Was we that old?
Oh my
I
God.
don't think so.
You're older.
I feel like, because I think
yeah.
I was like 8.
So if you're 8, then
No, maybe not 8. That's. How old are you?
I'm
Pop
24.
Lock and Drop It came
You about to be
out.
25?
Yeah.
I'm about to be 22.
So
We was in
3 years
third
older.
grade when
Yeah.
Pop Lock and Drop It came
Yeah,
out.
so I did the dance. I didn't know it was.
I remember people used to be like, do the dance.
Yep. I was that kid.
Oh
Give
my
me
God.
$1. If you give me $1, I'm breaking people out the fucking thing and then break dancing in front of everybody.
Oh my god, I got mine. So I think my parents were wrong for this, but when I was like little, like for birthdays and Christmas, my parents used to get me CDs. And like they got me a Trey Songz CD, they got me a Nicki Minaj CD, but this is explicit music at like young. Like I don't remember when Pink Friday came out, but it's this one song.
2012.
It's this song that's like she called somebody a cunt in the song, Nicki Minaj. And I remember hearing that as a kid, and I didn't know what a cunt was.
Right.
I remember going downstairs and asking my mom, "Mommy, what is a cunt?" And she was like, "You don't ever say that word." And look at every time I hear the song, whatever song it is, like now every time I hear it, I think about it like, yeah, like I had no idea. Like I was just so innocent. Like
Yeah.
That's funny.
you shouldn't call nobody a cunt. Like that's a word that's not even in my vocabulary. Like that was an explicit album to give a child.
Nicki Minaj album, that's OG.
Niggas should have been definitely looking through them songs and being like, is this appropriate?
You 11 singing "Did It" on them, like.
Man, I just did it. All these bitches is my sons. Well, go ahead.
I slashed my uncle tires before.
What?
Yeah. So, as a kid, like, My uncle was an asshole. Like, he was an asshole. Like, none of us liked him. Like, my mother ain't like him. Like, and that was her own brother. So it was like, nigga, we don't like you. And one day that nigga, we was outside. We was playing what? Like, we was playing with a ball, and we was just throwing it to each other. And the ball hit the top of his van. This nigga had one of them big ass, like, kidnapper vans. so it's like, it's a bouncy ass ball. And my grandma, at that time, she was a hater. I ain't gonna lie, but she was a hater. God rest her soul, but she was a hater. And she was like, June, them kids playing on your car again. So
You got an Uncle June?
Yeah.
I think I got an Uncle June.
For real?
Yeah. We might be cousins.
Maybe. I don't know.
Go ahead.
This nigga, he come outside and like we still got the ball and like none of us is trying to get a ball up because nigga, it's a ball. It's not hurting your fucking car.
Right.
So we throwing the ball from like each other and we throw it to my clumsy ass sister. She starts running across the street. He chases behind her and kind of pushes her. So she falls down to the ground, like scrape her knee and shit. You dumb bitch, don't push me, this and that. So I'm like, nigga, you done pushed my sister. I got something for your ass.
Like, this is a grown man pushing a little kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I got this mug and I broke it and I set that bitch right behind his tire, like the broken piece, right behind his tire. So when he pulled back, it would just pop his tire. And I'm like, it's not gonna work. It won't work. He never moved that fucking car. Like, that car never got repaired.
Yours is a devious.
How old were you? Because that was calculated.
well thought out.
Yeah.
I was 11 or 12.
How did you even think about that?
Yeah.
I just felt like it was like I was a sneaky ass kid.
Yeah.
That's my confession. I was a sneaky ass kid.
But that
I
was
got into a
justified,
lot.
though.
He had me fucked up.
Yeah, I don't like that he pushed your sister.
That nigga had me fucked up. And yeah, when it comes to my sisters, I don't be playing. It's like, nigga, that's my sister. You ain't have a... And it was like, you a big ass, grown ass man. And I get, we's probably annoying as fuck as kids. But nigga, that ball did not hurt your car.
Your kids.
Yeah, and you not go come out here. We don't got cable. We don't got shit else. This ball is all we got. This ball is all we got.
I'm saying back then it wasn't iPads.
Yeah, we ain't have phones or nothing, so it's not like, nigga, you're not taking our only source of entertainment. Yeah.
He better move his car.
My father came home and checked that nigga and was like he was like, I'm sorry, y'all, I never do that. Let me not say that, nigga. That's my uncle. But and we love him now. Like, now, I don't know why people do that. Why you wait till you get old to be lovable?
And so you know it's that time. Yeah.
And he's like on a respirator and shit. Like, he got to carry it around and shit, like oxygen and shit now. But we love him now, and it's like now we got not a relationship with him for real. But now it's like, that's Uncle June. Show some respect. Like, chill out. But yeah.
Speaking of being old and trying to be lovable, can we talk about Emmett Till?
I don't know.
In what way?
Because you said slavery was right at this point.
No,
So.
because what is her name? What is her name?
That Margaret bitch.
Is it Robinson?
I don't know.
Or did I just make that up? I forgot what her name is. But
I feel like it's Margaret.
I thought it was Carol.
I don't know.
Ooh, I'm about to search
lost
it up.
in this topic.
Emmett Till's killer.
So the woman that, you know the Emmett Till story, right?
Yeah.
So the woman that lied on him, the reason that he was murdered was because
Carolyn Bryant.
Yeah.
Donham. Who the fuck named their kids some shit like
right. So something happened where, like, at one point they had revisited the topic. This was like within this decade. I think they just let it go, and then something came out. They found an old arrest warrant that had never been served. So now there's talk about should we serve it or not. But the woman's like in a nursing home and she's like 98.
Drag that bitch out.
Okay, but so apparently protesters stormed the nursing home. I don't blame them. Just like y'all stormed the Capitol, right? Like, just like y'all stormed the Capitol, right? So yeah, like, storm that bitch. Like, take that bitch down. Like, okay, yeah, like, you know, not in a bad way, but she don't got that much life to live. Put her in prison.
Yeah.
Make her feel that. Like, I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. You need to make that bitch feel that. Like,
Put her in that fucking jumper suit.
I'm saying, hello. At 98, she'll be all right.
She'll be all right.
She'll be all right.
They gonna put her in the little, what's that, on Orange the New Black, they gonna put her in the little pink joint where they had the little pink
No,
jumpsuit.
but she don't need that. She needs
The
the
high
orange
capacity. She need to go to the shoot.
She need to be getting punched in her fucking liver
Oh,
every
Jesus.
hour.
She's
all
gonna be
that.
dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
She didn't get to live her life. Stop letting her live
Exactly.
hers.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like it need to be a little black boy at the bottom of her bed every fucking night,
Every
so she
night.
think it's him,
Every
and
night.
torturing the fuck out of her, like putting nails and shit in her feet, pulling back her nails on her toes and there.
You are very like specific.
When it comes to that racism shit, because the way that they did Emmett Till was such a fucking horrific
So
way
bad.
to even like you can't even consider yourself to be a human being. And it's because of your nasty, trifling ass. Like, and you have no reason to do that. It's just you using your fucking privilege as a white woman to do some horrendous shit. And that was some hoe shit. Like,
That was horrible.
that was some shit.
And she was like 14, I think, at the time. And it don't matter how old she was. Like, she knew that shit was wrong.
Y'all
Like,
created that culture.
okay. And isn't the story, I said storm the Capitol, but really what I meant to say was, didn't they like storm his house in the middle of the night and like kidnap him from his bed?
Oh no.
I think it wasn't even, kidnap. They just like went in there and grabbed him and took him out.
So it's just like y'all storm his home in the middle of the night to kill him for some false accusation. So you can storm her nursing home. Fuck her.
We
her
need that
breathing
fucking
tubes.
elephant from India to come over here and stump her bitch ass out for real.
Jesus Christ. With that being said, it's about that time where we leave you with a positive message to get through the week. Special guest Lex, what is that positive message to get through the week?
Always be a nice person. You never know what somebody else is going through, and you could truly change somebody's life by just walking past and giving them that little smile or a nod.
Okay. What about you, Vincent Brown? AKA 21 Vince, AKA Uncle Vince, AKA the sex symbol of awkward thinking,
AKA the white shirt guy.
AKA the white shirt guy.
Let me think. Did I say set boundaries the last time?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But you can do it
Like
again,
that.
because they probably ain't hear it.
They don't be hearing. Set your fucking boundaries and make sure you stand on them. Stand on them with all 10 toes and 9 if you got 9 or whatever. But yeah, make sure you just not letting nobody use you. Don't get used. Like that shit sad seeing some of y'all get used. So don't get used.
Okay.
Facts. What's yours?
Stop stepping over these hoes and tighten the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Tighten up. Before I tweak up.
With that, I'm Nas.
I'm Lex.
Go ahead, nigga.
I'm Vince.
Thank you for being awkward with us. See you next week.